Hello guys, and welcome to another episode. Today I'll be telling you all about the calories that you should be consuming, and I will give you the formula that there you can calculate your own calories. So stay tuned to the end of the episode and you'll be able to know exactly how much you should be eating. As we're speaking, I'm drinking my EAA and creatine today. And I made a nice video about what you should be consuming and what supplements you should take. And obviously, if you follow that link, and then you'll be able to actually have a look about what I recommend people to take. All right, for today's episode, we're talking about calories. And if you know what calories are, so we'll be talking about how much calories you should be eating, how to know whether you're eating enough or not enough, and I will teach you the mathematical formula for you to count your own calories. So we'll be jumping on the computer shortly and we'll be going with all the ideas from there. So all right team, so now we're back on my computer. Hopefully you can hear me okay now. And now I'll be taking you on my desktop and showing you how I'll calculate calories for myself, or for like an example client, for example. So what we'll do is we start by sharing a screen with you, and we'll go to this screen. Now hopefully you'll be able to see this screen in here. And now obviously what we need something that is called a BMR calculator. And just before we just go through a few definitions that we might need. So obviously the first one, oh, I put my face there. The first one is the BMR, and the BMR stands for Basal Metabolic Rate. And the BMR obviously refers to the amount of energy that your body needs to maintain homeostasis. So essentially that means is how much food or energy your body needs to stay alive. And that's basically to do like your breathing, your brain function, and your internal organ function. And it takes quite a lot of energy to do that. And then what we have also need to know, it's the TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. So that's your BMR plus all the exercises that you do on top. So how many steps you do, how fidgety you are, so you move your hands or you don't, etc., etc. So, and here's a definition. So the TDEE, it's an estimate of how many calories your body burns daily, and accounting for three major contributors factors. So BMR, main one, your activity level, on thermal effect of food. So different food obviously will help you to either gain or lose weight, and it has different thermal effect. Now we need to talk about basically with BMR, we have something that is called non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And as the name suggests, it's basically the amount of energy that you burn every single day. It's not eating, sleeping, and or sports. So it's things like basically you walk into the shops, or you're sitting around, or moving your hand, and how fidgety you are, if you're rocking back and forth on a chair, all this stuff. This is called non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And this also accounts for a large part of how many calories you burn per day. And then we have the other one, which is the EAT. And the EAT is basically the exercise activity thermogenesis. With the exercise activity thermogenesis, it only accounts for 5 to 10% of how much calories you burn per day. And basically that's where you're purposefully going on exercises and you're trying to break a sweat. So those are a few of the terminology that we'll be using. So I thought it'd be nice to sort of start by explaining all of it. And then from there, we'll break it down. So now let's go into a BMR calculator, and then we start by calculating a BMR for a person. So let's assume that a person who's 25 years old, let's say it's a female, and she is 160 centimeters, and her body weight is, let's say, 75 kilograms. And now from there, as you hit calculate, it will tell you that the BMR for this person is 1464 calories per day. And then obviously we need to do the TDEE, which is the total. So it's basically on the activity level. So if she does little to no exercise, it's about 1757. So if someone doesn't do much exercise and consume 1757 calories, that means that they're not going to gain weight, they're not going to lose weight, and they will just be maintaining. And then if they exercise 1 to 3 times a week, they could consume up to 2,013 calories. And that also is the same way. They're not going to gain weight. They're not going to lose weight. They're just going to maintain the same body weight, if that makes sense. And then obviously all this will tell you, so as you do more exercise, you can consume more calories, and that will not change. But then if you're trying to lose weight, what you need to do is you need to deduct about 200 calories of whichever one that you fall into. So let's say you exercise 1 to 3 times per week, you know that you should be consuming about 2,000 calories to maintain. So if we cut 200 to 300 calories of that, that will give you about 18 to 1,700 calories per day. And that will be the ball figure that you'll start with. And then as the time goes on, you can drop down the calories that you are consuming. And same apply for like if you're exercising more. So let's say you decided to up your exercise to 5 times per week. Now you can consume about 2,145, and then you just deduct 200 to 300, and then that will give you about that 1,900 calories, and that will give you a nice sort of way to lose some body fat and weight if you're exercising. And now the next part is if you're trying to gain weight. So let's say you exercise 2 to 3 times per week. So you have your 2,000 calorie, and now instead of deducting the 200 to 300, you're trying to eat over that limit by 200 to 300 as well. So you'll be consuming about 2,300 calories in order for you to gain weight over long term. And then usually a healthy weight loss or a weight gain is 0.5 kilogram per week. So if you're hitting that target, then you will be on the right path. If your weight is fluctuating quite a lot, because I know a lot of people that will be like, okay, I'm going to lose weight, cut down the calories to 1,000 calories, and then they will just basically lose some weight, but then they will plateau because they can't reduce it any further. Whereas with something like that, you should look to lose about 0.5 of a kilogram per week. And like if you do the math in a year time, which is like 52 weeks, you'd be losing about 26 kilogram of body weight, which is quite a bit of weight if you think about it. And again, it's more about consistency rather than like how much can I lose in 4 weeks. And I know most people want to lose weight so quick, but then sometimes it's not the best approach to do it. So I hope that answers some questions to a lot of people about how to sort of make your calories. And now the next part would be what calorie or where the calories should be coming from. Usually a nice split is 30, 30, 40. So you go with 30% of your calorie from protein, 30% of your calorie from carbs, and 40% of your calorie from fat, and just do that. So you can use something like MyFitnessPal, and then you just punch in 1,500 calorie or 1,700 calorie for you, and then you'll do basically exactly what it tells you. Let's do another example for a male who's 30 years old, and he is 175. It is raining here, and he is, let's say, 80 kilogram. And let's calculate. And now by changing the gender, you'll see that men typically tend to burn more calories. Like if we do the exact same measurement for a female, it will tell you it's 1,500. But then for a male, usually we burn more calories, which could be to do with like muscle mass. And again, as you have more muscle mass, you burn a lot more calories being sedentary, which is really good. So this is another example. So all you need to do, jump on one of these calculators, punch in your age, your gender, and then obviously you put in your height and weight, and you hit calculate, and then it will give you how many calories you need. And then based on how many times you exercise, you choose which one suits you. And then if you want to gain weight, you just add 200 to 300 calories. If you want to lose weight, you go 200 to 300 calories below, and then let that work. And if you want to work out where to eat and what to eat, jump on MyFitnessPal and just chuck all this information into the blog, and then it will be able to calculate for you what and when you can eat. Hope that answered a lot of questions for you. I hope that was helpful. If that was helpful, please hit that like button and send it to other people. Let other people benefit from this video. If you need any clarification, just leave a comment down below and I will get to you as soon as I can. Hope that was helpful, and I look forward to you again. And there you have it, team. All of that was all the information that you'll need to calculate your calories that you should be consuming. So follow these steps literally as I showed you. Jump on one of those TDEE calculators or PMR calculator, and then from there just chuck your own details in it, and let's see how many calories you should be consuming. I look forward to hear back about your results, and I am certain if you follow these steps, you will be able to reach that body goal that you have for yourself. Till next time, I'll leave you to it. Peace.